If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Another iBuyer program is in trouble. Could that be a coincidence? According to an article on FloridaRealtors.org in August, the FTC, or Federal Trade Commission, has fined the iBuyer program Opendoor $62 million for tricking sellers.
What?
The article says that Opendoor was accused of tricking sellers into thinking that they would make more money by selling their home directly to Opendoor rather than going a more traditional route. Under the proposed administrative order, Opendoor must pay a fine of $62 million and stop its deceptive tactics. It's worth noting that Opendoor disagrees with the allegations, but has decided to settle with the FTC so they can move on and take better care of their customers. So, what happened? Opendoor uses projected market value prices to offer sellers a certain price for their home in lieu of going and selling it in a more traditional way with an agent on the open market. What Opendoor states is that the seller will save money in professional fees and commissions by just selling direct to Opendoor. And when you look at it, it's probably true. When I, as a seller, can sell a property direct to a company, only paying 1 or 2% commission versus the more traditional route and maybe paying 6 or 7%, obviously I'm gonna look at those numbers and think I'm saving a ton of money. But here's where the trick comes in. It all depends on the sale price of the house. I would much rather pay 6% and sell my house for $550,000 than pay 1 or 2% and sell my house for way less. Ultimately, I'm still leaving money on the table, even though my commission is technically less. And in my opinion, which, let's be real, I'm a realtor, clearly I'm biased, but I think by going with these iBuyer programs, you're removing the nuance and the human intuition of real estate. Maybe that's a good thing, but what I've seen in my years in this industry is the fact that it's often the nuance and the human aspect of it that's really the secret sauce to success. And I think a great example of that is the last 2 years. A house gets listed for a high price, but because of human demand, it sells for way higher. An algorithm cannot predict that. A computer can't say that we're gonna field 13 offers and you're gonna get to pick and choose exactly what you want. When you remove that market condition, you remove quite a bit of your leverage. The beauty of selling and marketing your house in the traditional way is that you get a local expert. You get somebody who knows everything that's going on and can price your house according to the local market as it stands that day. Just pulling raw numbers of houses that have sold in a neighborhood isn't enough. And when you have somebody who can look into the reasons why things are happening, ultimately, you're gonna make more money at the end of the day. Now, the caveat is you have to hire the right agent, because an iBuyer program who can't read the nuances is probably the same as a realtor who can't do that either. So make sure you're working with the right people, because who you work with really matters. When you're selling a property, what you need is somebody in your corner who knows the local market, who can negotiate on your behalf, and at the end of the day, get you the best deal. And the way to get the best deal is to let the market be part of it. When you take out competition and demand, you lose on the other end of that deal. And unfortunately, for those sellers who didn't know any better, they lost thousands because of it. There's a lot to unpack here, and there's not one correct way to do things, but I am a firm believer in my profession and what I do for a living. And when you've got the right agent in your corner, no algorithm can ever replace that. And if selling a home is something that's on your mind, be sure to check out my video on why it's still a seller's market. I'm Lindsey Johnson, your resource for all things real estate. See you next time.